প্রদীপ বাবু ওখানে আনমিউট করুন, ওই এন্ডে কিছু শোনা যাচ্ছে না। হ্যাঁ শোনা যাচ্ছে, শোনা যাচ্ছে, হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে। বলছে লাইভ শুরু হয়ে গেছে। হ্যাঁ
কতজন জয়েন করেছে?
সতেরো 17।
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা। জয়েন করেছে ইন্দ্রাণী।
मंडल जी।
हाँ हाँ सर।
हेलो गुड मॉर्निंग।
गुड मॉर्निंग सर। गुड मॉर्निंग। आप प्रिंट कोर्स
Good morning.
गुड मॉर्निंग। এখানে ক্লিক করে এটা আপনার এটা খোলা আছে। ওটা ইয়ে করে দিলো। হ্যাঁ ওটা সামনে থাকবে।
Good morning.
गुड मॉर्निंग। ইন্দ্রাণী জয়েন করেছে? কি করছো বলে?
ইন্দ্রাণী জয়েন করেছে ইন্দ্রাণী
স্যার ফোন করলাম হচ্ছে
তো নন্দুদা কোনো সমস্যা আছে
এখন কিছু হবে না
এখন তুমি এই কাজ করছো দেখো খুশি না রান্না থেকে টাইম জয়েন করেছে
ইন্দ্রাণী ফোন করেছে
স্যার এই জন্য জয়েন করতে পারছি না ফোন করেছে
হ্যাঁ
তো বলছি জয়েন করতে পারছি না
তাহলে কন্ট্যাক্ট কি করবে
হ্যালো তুই ওই স্যার যে লিঙ্ক আমার দিচ্ছি ওটা করে দিচ্ছিস
জুমে
তুমি স্টপ আছে তো মোবাইল তো হয়ে যাওয়ার কথা আমার সবার হচ্ছে আমার স্যারকে ফোন করো আমি তো কথা বলছি
হ্যাঁ ওকে ক্লাস
হ্যাঁ শোনা যাচ্ছে? হ্যাঁ স্যার।
ওই যে তেলের বোতলটা
ওই যে এটা ছিল।
এই সমস্যা হচ্ছিল। হ্যাঁ
এগুলো সব সাইলেন্ট করে রাখো, মানে ইকো।
মানে যখন
গুড মর্নিং সুজয় দা।
হ্যাঁ, গুড মর্নিং।
সন্দীপ।
হ্যাঁ সন্দীপ, গুড মর্নিং।
হ্যাঁ গুড মর্নিং।
আমার মাকে ওর থেকে দিয়েছে
মোর অপশনে আছে, মোর অপশনে meeting information কিন্তু আমার এখানে তো আমার এই স্ক্রিনটা তো এখানে আমি দেখুন আমার তো মনিটর লাগানো আছে তো, মানে আমার আবার এই এখানে যে ভিডিওটা হচ্ছে সেই ভিডিওটা হ্যাঁ মানে এবার শেয়ারিংটাকে বন্ধ করতে চাই, শেয়ারিংটাকে আমি বন্ধ করে এখানে এমনি স্টক মানে এখানে বলছি আপনার রিজিউম আছে আর হচ্ছে পদ, কিন্তু আমার তো স্ক্রিনটা আছে তো এবার ঠিক আছে
না ঠিক আছে
তাহলে স্যারকে একটু জয়েন করতে হবে। রসুন 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 স্যার, দাস স্যার। হ্যাঁ স্যার, হ্যাঁ স্যার আপনাকে দেখা যাচ্ছে, কিন্তু আপনার ছবিটা ইয়ে হয়ে গেছে, উল্টে গেছে আর কি, মানে বাঁকা লাগছে। হ্যাঁ ওটাকে সোজা করতে হবে। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, অডিও আপনার কথা শুনতে পাচ্ছি, আমার কথা শুনতে পাচ্ছেন না? ওটা আপনি ইয়ে করুন, ওখানে অডিওটা অন করুন। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, প্রসূন প্রসূন
বলো।
স্যারকে জয়েন করতে বলো।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে, বলে দিচ্ছি।
আমরা রেডি।
কার ফোন রেখে
এই ধরনের অডিও এর বন্ধ আছে, মানে আমাদের বলছি যে সাউন্ডে কষ্ট পাওয়া যাচ্ছে না, সাউন্ড প্রবলেম হচ্ছে, শুনতে পাচ্ছি না।
আমাদের আনমিউট করা আছে?
হ্যাঁ আমি করা এই আমি করা হচ্ছে ইকো হচ্ছে তো
সামনেটা মাইক খুলে ভালো
কথাটা একটু কেটে যাচ্ছে,
কথা কেটে যাচ্ছে,
কথাটা একটু অস্পষ্ট শোনাচ্ছে।
বললাম না, একটা মাইক খুলে স্যার ভালো হবে। বুঝা যাচ্ছে? তোর কথা হচ্ছে আপনার মোবাইল স্যার
ম্যাট্রিক্স আমি দিলে পরে আমরা শোনা যাবে
ওইটা অনেকটা তো ছিলাম
ঘরটাই
ওখানে ঠিক আছে কি?
একদম
হচ্ছে না,
হ্যাঁ
আর হচ্ছে না। স্যার বাইরে আসা
হ্যাঁ একটু খোলা তো দেখো একটু খোলা হ্যাঁ
জানালা খুলে দেবো
না
ওইগুলো খুলে আবার বাইরে থেকে মানে যাচ্ছে।
ये लोग ये
হ্যাঁ তুমি
কত ক্লিয়ার এসছে এই আমারই বলছো
হ্যাঁ
ঠিক আছে আমারই বলছো
এখন ঠিক আছে?
মোবাইল খোলা আছে
এটা খুলে তোর মোবাইল কি খোলা?
এখন হচ্ছে না
ঠিক আছে হয়েছে
ঠিক আছে তো?
স্যার জয়েন করেছেন প্রসূন
স্যারের সাথে আমার এইমাত্র কথা হলো, স্যার জয়েন করছেন।
আচ্ছা ঠিক জয়েন করলে জানাও
স্যার জয়েন করে যাবে, দেখতে পাবে।
ওকে স্যার গুড মর্নিং স্যার
গুড মর্নিং।
মর্নিং স্যার।
গুড মর্নিং।
গুড মর্নিং স্যার, আমরা শুরু করি।
হ্যাঁ শুরু করো।
Very good morning to all of you present here. On behalf of the Department of Folklore, I welcome all the dignitaries and spectators to the inaugural program of the certificate course cum national webinar on folklore tourism and community development under RUSA component 10. Tourism is a social, cultural and economic phenomenon that entails the movement of people to places outside their niche, and tourism industry has become an important source of income nowadays. In India, tourism is important for community development also, and the usage of folklore in tourism has its advantages to preserve local traditions and brings financial benefits to the local community as well. Our project, named Folklore Tourism and Community Development under RUSA component 10, aims at fulfilling these goals. We are passing through a critical period due to COVID-19 pandemic. We have therefore arranged today's program through online mode, abiding by the COVID protocol, and the sequence of the events that we customarily follow in an offline program, such as felicitating our guests, kindling light, are excluded from the schedule, and we directly move on to the main event. Today we have with us our Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, Professor Dr. Manush Kumar Sanyal as Chief Patron, Professor Dr. Amalindu Bhunya, Dean Faculty of Arts and Commerce, Professor Dr. Nanda Kumar Ghosh, IQSC Director, amongst us as President and Vice President. We have a galaxy of stars as dignitaries, invited speaker named Dr. Mrinal Bora, keynote speaker Professor Dr. Vibhat Bhushan Parida, and moderator Dr. Probin Chandra Das Sir. I welcome all the dignitaries to our program. Now we'll start our program with the opening song sung by Indrani Shortkar, Research Fellow of the Department of Folklore. I welcome Indrani.
নমস্কার স্যার এবং ম্যাম, আমি লালন গীতি দিয়ে আজকের এই শুরু করছি। আমি গাইতে পারি?
কন্টিনিউ
খাঁচার ভিতর চিন পাখি কেমনে আসে যায়, খাঁচার ভিতর অচিন পাখি কেমনে আসে যায়, তারে ধরতে পারলে মন বেরি, ধরতে পারলে মন বেরি দিতাম আখির পায়, কেমনে আসে যায় কপালের ফের নহিলে কি আর পাখিটির এমন ব্যবহার, খাঁচা ভেঙে পাখি আমার, খাঁচা ভেঙে পাখি আমার কোন বনে পালায়, কেমনে আসে যায় খাঁচার ভিতর অচিন পাখি কেমনে আসে যায়।
Thank you, Indrani, for your beautiful song.
Yes, sir.
Now, I welcome Professor
Hello.
Dr. Sujoy Kumar Mondol, Head Department
Hello,
of
sir.
Folklore, to deliver
Hello,
his
sir.
welcome address.
তাড়াতাড়ি হয়েছে।
Good morning, everybody. Respected Professor Manush Kumar Shanal, our Vice Chancellor, and Professor Amolendu Bhuiya, Dean of Faculty of Arts and Commerce, and Professor Nando Kumar Ghosh, Director IQSC of Kolkata University, and our invited speaker, Professor Binal Bora, and keynote speaker, Dr. Bibras Badida of Bardhaman University, and today's moderator of the academic session, Dr. Praveen Chandra Das, former faculty of the Department of Guwahati University and former DSW of Guwahati University, and also former faculty secretary of Guwahati University, and our colleagues or faculty members of different departments, present students, research scholars, and my faculty members of my department, and the students of the certificate course on folklore, tourism and community development, and ex-students of our department, guests, and distinguished participants of the national seminar and the inaugural program of the certificate course. It is a moment of immense joy and great satisfaction for all of us to have your presence here. I am very much delighted as well as excited to address the welcome to all the distinguished, honorable and charismatic personalities whose sumptuous presence enhance the complete radiance to the inaugural program of the certificate course and national webinar on folklore, tourism, and community development. Hosted by the Department of Folklore, University Kolani, I am compelled to declare that here we have such prestigious, notable, eminent, and dignified personalities whose outstanding stature and championing diversity obviously dazzle and renders a supreme illumination for all the time, keeping in mind and by drawing everyone's attention towards their dignity. I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you and hope that the program ahead will be productive and successful. Now, I have elected first side the job. I am elected to welcome for Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Manas Kumar Shanal, to glorify the chair of the chief patron of today's program. Very gladly, I would like to declare that we are very much proud to have him as Honorable Vice Chancellor. As his Vice Chancellorship is continually striving for the upliftment of the university's name and glamour in one hand and upgradation of all-round education system on the other. From the onset of his responsibility, his path of hard work, inscrutable, will for the betterment of students and scholars, respect for the professors, compassionate behavior for the staff of the university are considered to be inspiration for all of us. I cordially welcome the Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir, University of Kolani. Next. It is a matter of joy to me to welcome the Professor Amalendu Bhuiya, Dean, Faculty of Arts and Commerce, as the President of this program. His gracious presence will surely add an aura of magnificence to the program. Next. I would like to impart a very cordial welcome to Professor Nandakumar Ghosh, Director, IQAC, University of Kolani, as the Vice President of this program. His grand presence will enhance the beauty of the program. Now, we also have Professor Bibras Parida, former Dean of Faculty of Arts and Commerce and former head of the Department of Tourism Management, the Bardwan University. As our keynote speaker, I express my happiness to welcome him. I will heartily welcome Professor Meenal Bora, Registrar of Shankardeva University of Assam, as the invited speaker, invited speaker of the academic session. Now he is working as the Registrar Mahapurusha Srimanta Shankardeva Vishwavidyalaya, Nagaon, Assam. Welcome, sir. Now I heartily welcome our moderator of today's academic session, Dr. Prabir Chandra Das, sir, former faculty of the Department of Folklore Research, Guwahati University, and former DSW of the Guwahati University and faculty secretary of the Guwahati University. as the moderator of the program. Now, I enter into the brief introduction about the course on folklore tourism and community development. The title of the course is Folklore Tourism and Community Development, actually special reference to rural tourism, cultural tourism, and ecotourism. The duration of the course is 6 months or 1 semester. Eligibility 10 plus 2 plus 3, UG degree. Number of intakes are 35. Myself is the principal in charge of the course. The course Rusha component program. Next, the training and basic education for the students person related to tourism sector, community member about tourism and other related fields. Maximum involvement of community members is required for tourism promotion. Training about operation of tourism activities, management, marketing, and sales skills of the community members and related persons. Motivate folk artists of craftsmen to open their own shop in the village or tourist destination. Mandatory inclusion of folklore program in the package too, organized by the travel agency or tour operator company. Next, the objective of the course is not only to aware the participants in this regard, but to introduce them with the methodology to promote folklore aspects in tourism sector and its management perspective. This course will certainly ensure the entrepreneurship in one hand and will ensure the aspect of career development of students related to this personnel of tourism sector and host communities on the other hand. Next, target group of the course is students of any discipline, any person related to tourism sector. The proposed outcomes of the course are to create entrepreneurship, capacity building to the apprentice, skill development, ensure self-employment mainly in tourism sector, to open a new vista in the tourism sector, to enhance the scope of cultural amalgamation all over the globe, bring a positive surge in market economy, to flourish a community-based relationship in the society, create awareness in the society regarding various aspects of tourism, to preserve and rejuvenate the folklore genre in the society, to inculcate awareness between traditions and modernity. This is the course structure. Full marks is 500. Course 1 deals with the basic concept of folklore and folkloristics, and course 2 deals with the concept of culture, society, community, and social system, and also fieldwork techniques. Next, course 3 deals with the concept of tourism and different aspects of tourism. And next, course 4 deals with the concept of entrepreneurship and different types of entrepreneurship, scope of entrepreneurship, capacity building and skill development, knowledge, and tour operator, travel agency, tour guide, etc. And course 5 is the dedicated to practical skill. First is the training program on skill development, internship or summer training, workshop, and discussion and project work. This is the core structure of the and community development. At the end of the do you all 1 second?
All the spectators, please mute your cell phones, mobiles, etc. Now, I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, who is the Chief Patron of our program, Professor Dr. Nanush Kumar Sanian, sir, to deliver his honorary.
Good morning to all of you.
Good morning, sir.
Professor Sujoy Mondol, Head of the Department of Folklore, and the course coordinator, Dr. Devlina Devnath, Professor Nando Kumar Ghosh, Director IQAC, Professor Amolindu Bhuya, Dean Faculty of Arts and Commerce, Professor Kakuli Dharamondol, Professor Anil Bodo, Head Department of Folklore, Guwahati University, Dr. Minal Boda, Registrar, Mohab Purusha, Simanto Vishwavidyalaya, Assam, Professor Bivraj Bhushan Parida, former Dean, Faculty of Arts and Commerce, Department of Tourism Management, Bardwan University, all the dignitaries, participants of this course, my dear students, research scholars, I am really happy to inaugurate this national webinar and the certificate course under Rusha Component 10 for folklore, tourism, and community development. I must congratulate Professor Mondol and his team for organizing this certificate course as well as the national webinar. All of we know that in recent decades, tourism has become an important activity in numerous rural regions, enhancing the well-being of rural communities. As Professor Mondol mentioned, rural tourism, cultural tourism, ecotourism are the main focus of this webinar as well as the course. So the participants must get the opportunity to learn the major areas of tourism and interact and get the scope of interaction with the eminent faculty members, speakers in this area. We know rural tourism is an important key factor for prosperous socio-economic development of communities. Rural areas can be strengthened and revitalized only through proper and viable tourism-based sustainable development. Development of tourism influences the development of other sectors like food processing, handcrafting, etc., which can contribute to the well-being of the entire community and their perception and attributes towards tourism. I sincerely hope this webinar as well as the certificate course have a great success. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I request Professor Dr. Amolin Bhuiya, Dean Faculty of Arts and Commerce, to deliver his address. And he is the president of today's program.
Very good noon to everyone. Am I audible?
Audible.
Okay. Respected and Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Manoj Kumar Sanal, respected IQAC Coordinator Director, Professor Nandu Kumar Ghosh, respected Professor Sujoy Kumar Mondol, Head of the Department of Folklore, Kolani University, Principal Investigator, Dr. Debolina Debnath of the Certificate Course, Folklore, Tourism Management and Community Development, also Professor Mondol also part is a part of this particular course as a joint principal investigator. Respected dignitaries from different parts of India, respected resource persons of the national seminar, today's national webinar, participants, delegates, and ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I take this opportunity to be a part of this particular seminar, national webinar, as well as the introduction of the new course, Folklore, Tourism Management and Community Development. This is basically a RUSA-based, RUSA component 10-based certificate course. And I'd like to thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor for selecting the particular course for to the Department of Folklore, as well as two principal investigators, Dr. Debolina Debnath and Professor Sujoy Kumar Mondol. The course curriculum, what I have heard today, is well written and related to the career hub and related to the employment generation program. Basically, our Honorable Vice Chancellor and Professor Mondol talked about folk tourism, cultural tourism, ecotourism. But what I know, folk tourism describes the mutual relations between folk culture and tourism. The main methods of the commercialization of cultural heritage. Folk culture is basically a group of cultural elements for the so-called lower layers of the society, passed on between generation to generations. Folk culture resources are used mainly in folk is basically the ethnic group and in rural tourism. And cultural tourism is basically the actions of tourism connected with culture in its wider sense. Say, for example, the material and non-material cultural heritage of a particular region. And that is why tourism is a commercialized cultural experience. Interest in the day-to-day life of natives and their culture that has grown lately brings a danger of blurring the boundary between the authenticity and the artificial tourist attraction. Anyway, the basis of authenticity is human spontaneity with voluntary and authentic desires. In contrary, there is an unethical and automatic assimilation of external models and passions followed by mediocrity and dispersion. Thanks for inviting me in the particular today's webinar as well as in the inaugural session of the particular course. Hope the course will be benefited to the participant, to the students. Students will be trained and will get some employment related to the folk tourism. And thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I request Professor Dr. Nanda Kumar Ghosh, Director, IISc Kollam University, and who is also the Vice President of today's program, to have his address.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Manoj Kumar Sannal, respected Dean, Faculty of Arts and Commerce, the dignitaries and resource persons from other universities, Professor Kakoli Dhara Mondol and Dr. Devolina Nath of the Department of Folklore. It is a moment of pride for the University of Kollam, especially for the Department of Folklore, to organize the certificate course on folklore, tourism, and community development under Russia Component 10. In this year, we have seen that various departments are organizing different courses and workshops under Russia. I thank Professor Manoj Kumar Sannal, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, for his endeavor, for his tiredness to uphold the dignity of the university. Actually, what happened in earlier days, we have money, but we are unable to organize these courses. However, Professor Sujoy Kumar Mondol, head of the Department of Folklore, has organized this important certificate course because India is a big country with various and different religion, language, culture. And without knowing the culture of the people from different parts of this country, the tour is not complete. Because to know people, to understand people, we should know the cultural aspects of the people residing at different parts. To mention a few, in West Bengal, we observe Navanna, we observe Makar Sankranti. In Assam, the festival Bihu is famous all over the world. The southern parts of India, Onam, Pongal. Similarly, for different community of India, different types of cultural heritage exist. And I think this course will certainly bring some insight to the participants, and they will be able to have the opportunity to work the field of tourism. One important point is that we are organizing these seminars, and it will certainly give some points for NAC fourth cycle accreditation. I think Dr. Sujoy Mondol and other teachers of the department will certainly contribute some points to the grade of accreditation. I thank them. I thank the participants and other research scholars of the department to extend their help to organize this certificate course. I wish a grand success to this course. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir. We are actually at the end of our inaugural session. Then we will move on the next part, that is the academic session of our program. I beg pardon, I want to forget one thing to state, that it was a matter of joy to us to have Professor Anil Boro as one of the invited speakers of today's program. But we are very much unfortunate that he is unable to be a part of the program today because he is passing through COVID-19. And on behalf of the Department of Folklore, I wish his speedy recovery. Then we will move on to the academic session. I have already mentioned that our Galaxy of Stars as invited speaker, keynote speaker, and in this session we have Dr. Mrinal Kumar as invited lecturer, Professor Dr. Begraj Bhushan Parida as keynote speaker, and as moderator we have Dr. Probin Chandradas. And Assam is a gateway to many other places in the Northeast, as well as a brimming tourist hub, gift wrapped with rolling fields of aromatic tea, canoes sailing down the Brahmaputra River, thick jungles, and its unique culture give Assam one of the best tourist places. And we have today with us stalwarts from Assam. And let's now hear from them about the focal theme of today's webinar. And I request Professor Dr. Kakari Mondol to introduce us.
Hello. Hello, am I audible?
Hello. Yes.
Hello, am I audible?
Hello. Yes, yes.
Yes. Okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. This is a great opportunity to introduce our stalwart scholars before you. Our first speaker is Professor Dr. Mrinal Kumar Bora, has recently joined as the Registrar Mahapurush Srimanto Shankardeva Vishwavidyalaya on 15 July 2020. He has started his career at Chaigaon College in the year 1984 as a faculty member and served as Associate Professor and Head of the Department of History till 2017. After acquiring a 31-year experience in teaching as well as administration, he then joined as the principal of Vishwanath College in 2017. He obtained PhD degree from Guwahati University in the year 1998. He is also a recognized research guide of folklore research department, Guwahati University, since 2011. Dr. Bora has guided more than 15 PhD scholars. He has been involved in various research works in the field of folklore, ethnicity, history, culture, and belief systems of various tribes in the northeastern region of India. He has authored 2 books and edited numerous books in the field of folklore research and others. He has also contributed good number of articles, research papers, newspaper columns, radio talks, journals, etc. He has successfully completed 2 minor research projects funded by University Grants Commission. He has taken his research work to next level by participating in various international conferences and representing India in World Forum by presenting research paper in those conferences at countries like Lithuania, Turkey, USA, Italy, and Japan. He has been awarded the Gerald A. Davis Award by American Folklore Society in 2016. He is also a permanent member of international bodies like American Folklore Society, International Society for Folk Narratives and Research, etc. He is also currently the General Secretary of Folklore Society of Assam. Dr. Bora is also associated with and holding key position in various other organizations, institutions, and societies. Welcome to our department, Professor Mrinal Kumar Bora, and we are keenly waiting for an enlightening speech from you, sir. Now, I also introduce our keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Vivraj Bhushan Parida, Professor, Department of Tourism Management, University of Bardwan. He is a profound research scholar and administrator. He was the director, Swami Vivekananda Advanced Research Center for Value Education and Culture, Bardwan University. He was the Dean, Faculty of Arts, Commerce, Management, and etc. for at the Bardwan University for 3 years. He was the director, UGC, HRDC at Bardwan University. He is the head tourism management at head tourism management at Bardwan University, controller of the examination at IITTM, chairman postgraduate programs in management at IITTM, chairman placement at IITTM, head business administration, Bardwan University, and he was a remarkable member of different national committees like Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, member Board of Governors, Indian Institute of Tourism and Travel Management, Ministry of Labor and Employment, member Mentor Council for Travel, Tourism and Hospitality Sector, All India Council for Technical Education. He is the National Board of Accreditation MBA. He is a member, and he was the expert member in many distinguished field of expertise like National Assessment and Accreditation Council NAC, University Grants Commission, National Testing Agency NTA, National Institute of Open Schooling NIOS, Central Board of Secondary Education CBSE, and he has his research highlights are also noted the research paper 78, book 4, research projects 4, consultancy 3, thrust area, service, marketing, customer relationship management. So we are highly appreciating and welcoming you, sir, to our department. And next, I am introducing our moderator, today's moderator, Dr. Praveen Chandra Das. He is the former faculty, Department of Folklore Research, Guwahati University, Assam. Actually, we have a long-lasting relationship with him. We are offering a warm welcome, sir. He was the LD assistant in life insurance, LD assistant in NF Railway headquarters, and then he has joined lecturer in Assamese in Pandu College and St. Edmunds College. After that, he served as a lecturer in the Department of Folklore Research, Guwahati University from 1981 to 1990. Served as director of Students Welfare, Guwahati University from 1990 to 1998. Served as secretary University Classes, Guwahati University from 1998 and retired on 31st March 2004. Visiting fellow of Dibrugarh University, visiting fellow of Nehu Tuna campus, academic director, Asian Institute of Management and Technology, Guwahati, research guide, Guwahati University, and vice president, Folklore Society of Assam, member, International Society for Folk Narrative Research. And he has written and published in total 26 books. Some of them Punnabhumi Hajo, Manikut, Subhadra Harannata, Bobruwahan Juddha, Assamese Bhasha, Aru Sahitya Katha, and a handbook of folklore material of Northeast India, a few remarks on Assamese language, and he has written and published more than 500 research papers and articles. So we are very much overwhelmed to introduce such stalwarts in our seminar, and we are just waiting for your speech, sirs. That's all. Thank you.
And I request Dr. Mrinal Gora to have his invited lecture.
Thank you. Are you audible?
Audible, sir.
Okay. Thank you. Namaskar. Respected Head of the Department of Folklore and Coordinator of today's program, Dr. Sujoy Kumar Mondal, sir. Respected invited speaker, Professor Kakolidhar Mandal. Another speaker of Dean, Faculty of Arts and Commerce, and also Professor and Head of the Department of Tourism, Bardwan University, West Bengal, Professor Vibhav Bhushan Parinda, sir, respected moderator and former faculty members, Folklore Research Department, Guwahati University. Also, he is the Secretary of University Classes, former Secretary of University Classes, Guwahati University, and also Director of Student Welfare, Guwahati University, Dr. Pravin Chandra Das, sir. Respected Professor of Folklore Department, Professor Ahimsananda Gangopadhyay, sir. Respected participants, students, and all the faculty members. Hello. Hello. At the very outset, I like to congratulate all these academic sessions of this occasions of inaugural program of the certificate course on folklore, tourism, and community development organized by the Folklore Department, Kailani University. As already mentioned by the organization, that the course is under RUSA component obtained to the Folklore Department. On this auspicious occasion, I like to thank you to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Manas Kumar Sainal, for taking this initiative for opening such valuable and most needed certificate course in the Folklore Department, that is tourism, folklore, tourism, and community development. Dr. Sujoy Mandal, HOD, and Professor, Folklore Research Department, Kailani University, I thank him for taking initiative for introduce such type of most needed certificate course in his department. As already in his welcome address, Professor Mondal has analyzed the objectives, importance, and relevance of the course to be introduced in this department. He has also pointed out the course structure prepared for these courses. Honorable Vice Chancellor, sir, in his inaugural speech, has also given a paint picture of folklore, tourism, and community development. President of this program, also has narrated very clearly about the importance of folklore, tourism, and community development. As we are already know about the folklore, tourism, and the community development. Nowadays, you see, as tourism became increasingly important to community around the world, the need of the developed tourism sustainability also became an academic and primary concern. Human communities represent both a primary resource upon which tourism depends and their existence in the particular place at a particular time may be used to justify the development of tourism itself. Communities are the basic reason of the tourism itself. Communities are the basic reasons for to travel and tourists to experience the way of life and material products of different communities. Communities also shape the natural landscape which tourists consume. Communities are, of course, also source of tourists. Tourists are drawn from particular places and social contexts, which in themselves will help shape the context of the tourist experience in the host community. The basic concept of community development refers to the community members coming together in collective action to solve the shared problems for seize opportunities. Community development in tourism realm is focused the tourist as a means to empower people and provide them with skill to advance their local communities. Community well-being often evolve from this type of collective action being taken at a grassroots level. Many communities contrast their origin of early settlers, discovering them type of natural resources that sustain their abilities to live in that location and prosper as a society. Today, communities across the world are easily accessible. Tourism has been expanded rapidly and it is now possible anywhere in the world. Communities ranging from small rural destinations to massive cities appeal to the various interests and each can prosper as a destination in different ways. Tourism can positively impact the environment by presenting culture and conserving natural resources by setting aside land for public ownership that always universal access. Tourism depends on the healthy environment for outdoor activities that may be a part of community heritage and its future economy. Tourism policy can be used to control the environment at damage or loss of public access to natural resources and less of the public access to natural resources and to frame conservation programs to encourage residents and tourist enjoyment and protect environment. Now, tourism is the vital for the success of many economic around the world. There are several benefits of tourism on the host destination. Tourism boosts the revenue of the economy, create thousands of jobs development infrastructure of the country and plant a sense of cultural exchange between foreigners and the citizens. Tourism creates a cultural exchange between tourists and the local citizen. Exhibitions, conference, events usually attract foreigners. Organizing authorities usually gain profits from registration fees, gift, sale, exhibition space, and sale of media copyright. Furthermore, foreign tourists bring diversity and cultural enrichment to the hosting country. Tourism is a great opportunity for the foreigners to learn about the new culture, but it is also create many opportunities for local citizens also. It allows young entrepreneurs to establish a new product and services that would not sustainable on the local population of the residents alone. Moreover, residents experience the benefit that came with tourism occurring their own country. So, the Folklore Department of Koilani University has taken a very lucrative decision by introducing the certificate course in folklore, tourism, and community development. I am sure that this certificate course will increase the employability, generate the employability to the stakeholder, which increase the economy of the state. I hope the student will come forward and take this opportunity offered by this university. Nowadays, university should not concentrate towards only to give the to complete the syllabus only. We should think about the future of our stakeholder. We must introduce some courses which can generate the employment in their future life, so that we can serve the purpose of the real education. We should know, now the new education policy has creates various rooms for focus our local resources, and through these local resources we can generate employability to our stakeholders. I am sure that the certificate course, which is now going to introduce by the Folklore Department of Koilani University, it will surely meet the purpose of the real education in our India. India is now focused on, they are always focal in local. So always our students try to locate the resources of our local in local field, and I think through this certificate course, our student will definitely search the resources of our local resources, and that will increase the employability, and also it will increase the dignity of our education system as well as our university. So thank you for inviting me to share my knowledge with you, and I am very much grateful to Dr. Our professor and head of the Department of Folklore, my friends, so Sujoy Mondal Dangaria. I thankful to you for invite me and share my experience with you. Thank you. I am always with Koilani University, and I think you also help us, cooperate us to enhance our knowledge between our among ourselves. Thank you all for presently listen my lecture. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your illuminating speech. May I request Professor Dr. V. Bhushan Parida, who has his expertise on tourism management, to have his keynote speech.
Thank you, madam. I hope my voice is audible.
Audible, sir.
Yes, thank you. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Kalyani University, Dean, Faculty of Arts, Kalyani University, Director, IQAC, Kalyani University, invited speakers, and my friend, Professor Sujay Kumar Mandal, Professor and Head, Department of Folklore, other members of the department, Professor Dr. Kakali Dhara Mandal, Professor Asimananda Gangopadhyay, Dr. Devalina Devnath, and other delegates and participants who are participating in this national webinar on folklore, tourism, and community development. I consider it a proud privilege on my part to be a part of this webinar. It takes me back to the year 2011 when I visited the Department of Folklore, University of Kalyani, for the PhD defense of one of my scholars who pursued his PhD on folklore and tourism long back in 2011 along with Professor Sujay Mandal. Thank you, Professor Mandal, for giving me that opportunity to visit to your department and to interact with the research scholars and students at that particular point of time. It was indeed a unique experience for me, and today again, we are here back to talk about folklore, tourism, and community development. I will take you back to the address made by Professor Mandal, Professor Bora, in which they have already highlighted the critical aspects as regards to the relationship between tourism and folklore, the relationship between tourism, folklore, and community development, and its negative and positive impacts as regards to the overall economic development is concerned. We all, by this time, have understood the contribution of tourism. By this time, we have understood that how tourism is contributing to the overall economic development. We have understood by this time the growing influence of tourism sector as an economic powerhouse and its potential as a tool for the overall development. We all know, we all will agree that not only does the tourism sector spearhead growth, it also improves the quality of life, because it has the capacity to create large-scale employment of diverse kind. It supports environmental protection. It supports, or maybe we can say it champions the diverse cultural heritage, and also it strengthens the peace in the world. If I am allowed to talk to you about something about tourism, or maybe the basic concepts of tourism, and I will take you back, or I will like to request you to refer the basic understanding of tourism. When we talk about that, we tell tourism generally refers to a temporary movement of people from one place to another to gain some experience, to get pleasure, or maybe for different purposes. And when we talk about tourism industry nourishes a country's economy, stimulates development process, restores cultural heritage, and help in maintaining international peace and understanding. This is what I'm talking about, the strength of tourism. That has already been talked to. Honorable Vice Chancellor has also already spoken on this issue. When we talk about tourism, tourism means the business of providing information, transportation, accommodation, and other services as required by the traveler so that he can have a beautiful experience when he's visiting a destination. And when you look at tourism industry, or maybe the travel and tourism industry, it is made up of travelers, whether traveling for the purpose of business or pleasure. And we all know that tourism, as regards to the uniqueness of tourism is concerned, it is considered to be an important instrument for sustainable development. When we refer to tourism, we again and again talk about travel. Travel is nothing new. Travel from the ancient time has held a fascination for the mankind. The interest, the inclination to explore new places and look for change is not new. In all the epics, be it Ramayana, be it Mahabharata, be it Bible, everywhere travel has been mentioned commonly. But the reason is different. But today, the people have diverse motives of traveling, and travel motives are also shifting. Wealthy people have always traveled to distance part of the world to see great buildings, work of art, learn new language, experience new culture, and maybe to taste different cuisines. Tourism is very important. Even in some cases, for some countries, it is vital for their economic development. And when you refer to tourism, tourism as a human activity has expanded and transferred knowledge and made that even through traveling and wandering. Tourism is dynamic. It is evolving. It is consumer driven. And it is also one of the largest industry in the world if all its components are placed under one umbrella, be it travel, be it accommodation, be it food service, or maybe recreation. In fact, tourism is expected to grow very rapidly within the coming years, which represents both opportunities and challenges for public and private sectors to exploit. Why I'm talking about it is going to grow? You can ask me, what happened to tourism and travel sector during last 2-3 years because of the COVID? I'm telling that tourism is very dynamic. Even in mature, where growth is slowing due to a degree of saturation, they're telling that its future prospect, the future prospect of tourism remains strong. Many trends are impacting the skills needed to perform this tourism related job. Somebody was telling me, was telling all of us, my previous speaker was talking about the employability, its capacity to create employment. Tourism with expected long-term growth. The competition for labor and skill is increasing rapidly, calling for a larger labor force. Yes, we agree. We agree that during last 3 years, during this pandemic, any industry which is strong, which is very badly affected is travel and tourism. There is a huge job loss. Lot of people, there is a huge job loss. Lot of people lost their job. If I take you to 2019, prior to COVID, tourism sector accounted for almost 29% of all service exports. About 300% million jobs globally. If I give you, if I give you the figures of India, maybe the estimation says that there are almost 53,000 travel agents, 1,15,000 tour operators, 1,500 adventure companies, 9 lakh or 10 lakh around tourist transporters, 55,000 or something around that of hospitality companies. There are almost, the estimation says there are 5 lakh or more restaurants. And if you look at the number of people it employs, in India I'm talking about, it is almost 4 crore people. The whole industry employs 4 crore people. But what happened to this industry during this lockdown? There was a huge job loss. We support, because of COVID-19, we support. 90% of the people, 90% of these people working in this industry lost their job. But we have learned so many things. We learned how we can offer a better tourism experience, how we can readjust our tourism offerings so that the traveler who is more concerned now, who is more conscious now, will visit our destination and will return with a lot of satisfaction. There was a time everything was closed, but now we are opening up. We have opened our hotels, we have opened our airports, we have allowed our airlines to travel, we have allowed the air travel, we have allowed the transportation agencies to work for the growth and development of the tourism sector. So we are opening up. We have suffered sizable losses. We have seen setbacks. 90% of the global population adjusted to the life under travel restrictions. Communities, large or small, who are depending on tourism, have also shouldered the burden of loss as regards to the tourism income from the tourism sources concerned. Over the first few years, for the last 2 years, the sector has sought to enhance travel safety. They are concerned about the traveler safety. They are concerned that how they can support the local communities. Industry leaders are seizing the crisis as an opportunity to further enable the inclusive and sustainable growth for the sector. The government has extended support. Yes, we need more support from the government, both in terms of coordination and also for implementation of enabling policies to support the sector's recovery. We need a coordinated approach so that we can enhance this seamless travel experience. We need a coordinated approach so that we can embrace the integration of new technologies. We need a coordinated approach so that we can enact the global protocols of health and hygiene. But what is the objective? The objective is to build to gain the confidence of the traveler. Objective is to offer a beautiful travel experience. The travelers, the tourists who will be visiting our destination, they are concerned, we must address to their concern. The traveler preferences, the behavior of travelers have shifted. They are looking for new products, new services. They are also concerned about health and hygiene. So it will be vital to ensure that the services or the product delivery is seamless, is unique, is offering a unique experience to the tourist. So what we need transparent communication. We need to tell the tourists that yes, we are going to offer the service you are looking for. We are going to protect your interest. We are going to protect your health. We are going to protect, or we are going to offer you this best safety and security. We are going to offer the best safety and security measures as you are looking for. So that your experience can be unique. So we are more concerned. The tourism industry is becoming more concerned about the host and guest relationship, about the interest of the host and also about the interest of the guest, about the interest of the tourist and also about the interest of the community. So what they are trying to do, the aim is, the objective is, the interest is to co-create the tourism product with help of different stakeholders. We have incredible diversity of culture. We have huge amount of tourism products. If you look at India, we have temple towns, we have historical monuments, we have sea beaches and whatnot. For last many years, we were presenting our destinations worldwide. We are targeting foreign tourists to visit our destination. At one point of time, we were emphasizing on earning more dollars so that we can increase the travel of more number of international tourists. Now we are talking about motivating the domestic tourists. So whether it is domestic tourists or whether it is international tourists, but the key is the travel or tourism product we are offering to the tourists. And when we look at this heritage, we look at the towns, we look at the historical monuments, something comes to mind is cultural tourism. And we relate folklore with cultural tourism. When we talk about cultural tourism refers to leisure travel. And when we look at folklore is considered as a part of cultural tourism. And when we talk about culture is a fundamental part of tourism experience. That experience we have to create. And when we look at cultural tourism, it varies with its peculiarity. Why? Because cultural tourism is vital to rural societies to see where folklore is performed, reflecting rural and simple traditions being performed in that rural area. So any tourist who want to experience the cultural tourism, to be part of folklore, to enjoy the beauty of folklore, has to visit that destination, has to be part of that particular tourist offering. So that's the reason we are talking about co-creating. It is not that the community is going to offer. It is also the tourist who will be visiting that destination, that rural setting, so that they can enjoy, they can participate. So that's what we call about this co-creating. As an educator, the Department of Folklore is offering this particular certificate course. We all know. The objective is to provide the best knowledge and skill to the students who will be pursuing this particular course. That is the objective. As educator, we are partners in the process of tourism development. We the educator are focusing always on the education that we provide for our future professionals and scholars. When we look at this course, the certificate course being offered by the Department of Folklore, what is the challenge? Challenge is how we can develop the skill and knowledge which will match to the expectation not only of the industry, but also of the society, of the community. So the challenge facing the tourism industry and tourism educator or education calls out for a new paradigm. And to meet the challenges of the next decade,
Hello, sir.
Technical problem, I think.
Hello, sir. We can't hear you.
Okay, sorry. Yes, there are some problem with that.
Please.
No problem. Go on,
So
sir.
we all know that today's skill will not match to the requirement of tomorrow's job. And again, the skill we are learning today will become obsolete tomorrow. For tourism sector particularly, when creating a unique experience is the challenge. Through offering a unique product which will match to the expectation, interest, and desire of a tourist or a traveler. The creation of skill, creation of knowledge is a great challenge for the tourism educators. See, with the universities, when we look for the institutions which we look for, those who are offering tourism education, we are all concerned about the industry. What we do, we always, while developing a curriculum on tourism development, tourism program, tourism course, we always say that we are developing this curriculum which will match to the requirement of the industry. Yes, that is required. And that's the reason we develop strong connections with the industry, maybe through intensive or maybe through industry-specific education. We send them for training, we send them for some kind of on-the-job training, off-the-job training, through intensive, all these things. And we expect that the students are going to be benefited or will be benefited through these training programs, and as a result, they will become very employable with required management knowledge, experience, skill, including the interpersonal skill. Yes, that is true. But when we look at the courses like this developed by the Department of Folklore, that folklore, tourism and community development, again we are adding another component to it, that is community development. Yes, we all know that tourism has a great contribution for the community development. Any infrastructure or any developmental things takes place in the tourism process, tourism development process is not only used by the tourists, is also used by the host community. But when we are talking about a course like this, folklore, tourism and community development, then the challenge increases. It is not the industry only or industry specific education we are going to provide. We are also adding another dimension, that how this particular course is going to benefit the community. Because in one side we find that there is a change in the behavioral pattern of the tourists, and in the other side we find that also there is a change in the expectation of the community. How they are accepting the new types of tourism or new forms of tourism, or maybe in other way you can say that how they are accepting the tourists who will be visiting their place or their rural setting. Whether it will have a positive or a negative impact as regards to their own rural setting is concerned. And how we can develop, we can offer, we can deliver a unique tourism product so that both the travelers are satisfied and also the interest of the community is not affected negatively. So with the change in the behavioral pattern of the tourist and host community, I'm sure that the new course which is being offered by the Department of Folklore will contribute hugely to the process of offering better experience to the tourists by ensuring that the students pursuing this course understand how tourism strengthens the ability of rural community to manage the available tourism, or you can say available unexplored tourism resources, and also will ensure the local community's participation in the overall tourism development. That is the challenge. And I'm sure that the Department of Folklore, through this particular certificate, that the students completing this course will contribute a lot, not only to the tourism industry of West Bengal or tourism industry of India, or maybe at the global platform, but at the same time will also contribute to motivating the community and ensuring the interest of the community. Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Mandal, for inviting me. Thank you all.
Continue.
Thank you, sir. We are enlightened through your valuable speech. Multidimensional aspects of tourism, community development in the tourism really through folklore genre is focused through your speech. Now, before going to the moderation, I request the audience if there is any question from their part. If I'm not wrong, we have faculty members from the other departments of our mother university and other university and institutes. So this session is open for you all. You can also put your comments here.
Comments or
Any
suggestions or reaction? We have also Dr. Robin Sharma from Central University of Jharkhand. Robin, give your response. Robin?
Am I audible?
Yes.
So, congratulations, you and your entire team, because you have conducted a very nice program. And I think from this program, students and people of not only West Bengal, other parts of the country also will get benefited. So this is my comment, and I wish the bright future of this course. Thank you.
Okay. We have also Dr. Shoykat Chakraborty. He did his PhD on this topic. I request Dr. Shoykat Chakraborty to say something about this, the course and the webinar. Dr. Shoykat. Dr. Shoykat Chakraborty.
Shweta, please unmute your phone.
Okay,
Hello.
Yes.
Saikat is back. Okay. Hello. Saikat. Hope I am audible.
Yes.
Yes. Good afternoon to all, and good afternoon to Sujay sir and Dr. Vibraj Bhushan Parida sir. Thank you, sir, for mentioning my work. It is a very proud moment for me that I did this research on the topic of tourism, folklore, and community development in Indian context. Since from 2006 to 2011, under the guidance of Dr. Sujay Kumar Mondal and Dr. Vibraj Bhushan Parida from this department. And this work was the initial work in this field in all over the world. And after that, on 2012, I received my PhD on this topic. And it was a great pleasure for me that my work is recognized in a different way. And presently, I am working as an advisor of government of Tripura as a tourism development consultant for the Asian Development Bank funded project for the holistic tourism development of the state. And yes, folk tourism is a very important topic.
and it is a part of the cultural tourism as sir suggested. And in that case, that folk tourism, I have also defined the definition of the folk tourism. And it is important that we need to implement this theoretical concept to the application level. And I'm already doing these things in various parts of the Northeast India and other parts of the country and overseas in Vietnam and Thailand, all these places. I wish all the best to all of you. And also, I would like to involve in the system that if I can share any contribution with my little knowledge in this case, in this system, in this course, that it would be great for me. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Shrikant. I think your words are inspiring to the participants who have joined this course.
Okay. We have also faculty members of other departments of our university. We have Dr. Abhay Kumar Sahu and Dr. Sandip Kumar Ghosh, and Sandip Shankar Ghosh, and Dr. Nita Bandyopadhyay. I request Dr. Sahu and Ghosh, Dr. Ghosh and Dr. Nita Bandyopadhyay to say something about this program.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon to you all. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to say something in this course. Today it is beginning, and in this webinar, obviously tourism is very much a growing economic activity throughout the world. I am also doing one project work under RUSA, that homestay tourism development and entrepreneurship development in Sundarban, practically Sundarban region, considering the Monsuni Island. So therefore, I am very much interested listening the lectures here. So I am very much grateful for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, Dr. Mondal and Madam Didi, to you all. Thank you very much.
Dr. Sandip Shankar Ghosh. Dr. Sandip Shankar Ghosh. Dr. Nita Bandyopadhyay. We have another faculty member from Assam, and he did his PhD in our department. I request Dr. Upal Bushyo to say something. Dr. Bushyo.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Audible. Please carry on.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Actually, I'm looking forward for this course, and I'd like to thank Professor Farida. Actually, he has a very well covered speech, and as we all know, economy is in the driving seat at now present. So, if we just can ensure the economic security to the participants of this course, in particular, and the community at large, then I think it will be a great success for this course. And since it's my home university, so I'm very glad to know all about these things, and I can assure you that I will motivate my students also to go forward to this course, participate in this course. And thank you, sir. And I wish a very great success of this course, of this particular university, of this particular department. Thank you all.
Dr. Sinanda Pali, please say something. Give your reaction about this program. Dr. Fali? Sridhar? Okay, carry.
We are actually at the end of our academic session. We are waiting for the moderation and the comments of Dr. Probin Chandra Das. I request Dr. Probin Chandra Das sir to put his comments of today's lecture, on today's lecture.
Das sir.
I have already mentioned earlier that Dr. Probin Chandra Das is the moderator of our today's webinar, and I request Dr. Probin Chandra Das to put his comments on the lectures delivered by our dignitaries.
Das sir. Hello. Hello. Sir, আপনি জয়েন করেননি? Oh. Oh. আচ্ছা স্যার ফোনে ইয়ে করে দেবে এটাকে শোনানো যাবে? স্যার আপনি ফোনে তাহলে বলুন, অডিওটা আমি শোনাই তাহলে একটুখানি। হ্যাঁ, আমার ফোনে, হ্যাঁ আপনি ফোনে বলুন এই ওভারঅল সেমিনারটা নিয়ে, সেটা আমি অডিওটা শুনিয়ে দিচ্ছি। হ্যাঁ, আপনি ওই ফোনেই বলুন, এখানেই বলুন, সেটা অডিওতে শোনা যাবে আর কি। ওকে, আচ্ছা, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ কন্টিনিউ হচ্ছে স্যার একটুখানি। হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ ওকে ওকে ওকে, একটু ওয়েট করতে পারো। হ্যাঁ
We have some connection problem in this part. So till then, please stay tuned.
আর কেউ বলতে চাই কিনা, কেউ প্লেস নিয়ে যাচ্ছি আমাদের বিশেষ করে ইয়ে
This session is open for all, and anybody can put his comments here.
মনে হবে না, ওখান থেকে বলো, মনে বলতে হবে না, এটা তুমি বলো।
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Karna Khan from the Department of Folklore, University of Kalyani. I'm a research scholar in this department. And today the whole session was very informative and interesting. And I am presently doing my research work, and I'm planning to do my PhD in the same same topic. related to tourism, related to rural and cultural tourism. So overall, this whole seminar and the information that our distinguished guest shared with us was very much helpful to me. And I think I'm looking forward for the course also. Maybe the course will be very helpful and it will help me in my future PhD work. Thank you.
Dr. Shandip Shankar Ghosh, may I request you to put your comment? Dr. Shandip Shankar Ghosh, are you here? Can you hear me? Dr. Srinanda Palit? Dr. Shandip Shankar Ghosh from Department of Physical Education, may I request you to put your comment here? Dr. Shandip Shankar Ghosh, can you hear me? Dr. Srinanda Palit?
আচ্ছা লতিকা participants আছে
We have participants and scholars from Assam Guwahati University. Lutika, may I request you to put your comment here?
আর কে আছে লতিকা ছাড়া
Runjhun or Boshumatari?
লতিকা একটা গান করো
Lutika, can you hear me? Lutika is from Guwahati University. And she is also one of the participants of this certificate course.
Yes, sorry, ma'am. Yeah. Hello?
Not audible. Lutika, you can put
Yes,
your
ma'am.
comment here on the certificate course. Why are you interested?
So sorry, ma'am. So, ma'am, I'm in like rural area. That's why like I'm facing a little bit a network problem. So I can't hear you properly right now.
I'm telling you that you are one of the participants of the.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yeah.
So you can put your comment here.
Yes, ma'am. Being a scholar of folklore research, I'm interested in this certificate course, ma'am, as it's related to culture, tourism, and development, and it itself it's a like a very vast area. And being a student of folklore, as I am working on to community in my PhD, so that's why I'm a little bit more interested in this course, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Do you have co-scholars here? Your co-scholars?
Ma'am, I have to check. Yeah. No, ma'am. Now I'm not in the department actually. So, so I don't know. I think they already joined the program, maybe, ma'am.
Okay.
I think they have participated in the program, ma'am. Because before starting the program, they have already like informed me that they will join in the program. Ma'am, am I audible? I don't know because other network is not good at all.
You are audible, and we have heard your comments. I have already told you that there is a network problem in Praveen sir's part. So we are going to wind up our program, and I request Professor Dr. Ashimananda Gangopadhyay to propose his vote of thanks.
Babu. Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Good afternoon. I would like to thank all of the dignitaries, honorable speakers, research scholars, our students and participants on behalf of our folklore department, University of Kalyani, for making this webinar a good success. Special thanks to our honorable VC, Professor Dr. Manoj Kumar Sannal. We are really grateful to him because he has spent his precious time with us of his busy schedule. We are also grateful to our honorable Pro-VC, Professor Dr. Gautam Pal, for his good, inspiring attitude. We would like to thank respected Professor Dr. Amolendu Bhuiya, Dean Arts and Commerce of our Kalyani University, for sharing his precious time with us. His speech have inspired. We are also thankful to Professor Dr. Nando Kumar Ghosh, Director I2AC. We feel proud to have him in our program. We are grateful to our keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Vivaraj Bhushan Parida. His valuable taught us many things. We thank him. We are also thankful to invited speaker, Professor Mrinal Bora, for his unique and valuable speech. We thank him. And most of all, thanks to our beloved participants, scholars, students, as well as all officials of our university. Also, Dr. Soikat Chakraborty, Ravindranath Sharma, Dr. Professor Abhay Shankar Sau. Now we are ending the vote of thanks episode here. Again, thanks all of you.
Thank you. I think with all your cooperation, we'll be able to run the course successfully, and we will end up our today's program with the national anthem led by Indani Sarkar. And please stay tuned, stay safe. Indani, please start.
জনগণ মন অধিনায়ক জয় হে ভারত ভাগ্য বিধাতা पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंग बिंदु हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंग
तब शुभ नामे जागे
तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Thank you, Mandal ji.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Thank you.